Hello, welcome back to Vibes with Jojolicious. It's your girl right here. And today we're getting real about something every one of us has wrestled with at some point. Before I tell you the topic, are you still vibing with me? If you are still vibing with your girl, I need you to subscribe, follow, share. Don't just listen. Let other people also get to hear this good vibe I'm bringing to you. So please subscribe, share, follow me on the socials, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you find me, just follow. On YouTube, please turn on your notification and subscribe. Right, let's get into it. So, why is love so hard? Now listen, at the age of 35, 40, 45, or even 50, you would think we would have had this love thing figured out, right? I was speaking to a friend of mine some weeks ago, and we talked about how it's so hard to figure out men. You know, how men think they're not complicated. They say women are complicated. But guys, men, for me, they're on another level. I don't know how God made it. And also for people like us that grew up with a lot of sisters and few brothers, the things you see about men sometimes be like, oh my God. Anyway, back to my topic. We thought we would have figured it out by now, right? But the truth is, no matter your age, no matter your culture or background, love has a way of humbling you. Sometimes it feels like the sweetest gift. Other times, it feels like a storm you didn't sign up for, right? So why is it so hard? Let's talk about it. Growing up, many of us fed ourselves with different things like Disney love, Bollywood, Nollywood, books like Mills and Bone. I'm sure you know all that. Where the man just knows what to say. The woman is glowing and the story ends with happily ever after. Ladies, movies and books made it seem like once you find the one, everything falls into place, especially Oyibo love. When you watch their movie, you say, oh my God. But here's the truth. Attraction is easy. Real life, attraction is so easy. It can happen like this. Infatuation is easy. Even falling in love is very easy. But no one told us about the real life side of love. The arguments over finances, the past trauma that creeps in your relationship, how exhausting it is when you are giving and giving and not receiving. For me, it is staying in love, growing in love, and building love that's hard. Why? Because love is not just a feeling. It's a decision you make daily. Love is not the butterflies. Those are feelings. Love is a decision you make daily, choosing to love your partner or whoever you're with, and even your family members is a choice. I want you to pause and think. When you first fell in love, did it match the story you grew up believing about love? DM me on Instagram or even in the comment section and tell me. Was it fairy tale vibes? Was it butterflies? Was it a wake-up call? I'd love to share a few of your stories in future episodes if you let me, if you would like me to. Let's break it down. At this age that we're in, we don't come into a relationship as blank slates. We carry baggages. We've got history, maybe heartbreak, maybe divorce, maybe betrayal. And whether you like it or not, that baggage comes into the room with you. And we unpack it knowingly or unknowingly in front of the person we love. That's why sometimes the smallest arguments will just blow up. It's not about that issue. It's about the pain underneath. Also, we have unrealistic expectations about love. Let's be real. Many of us were raised to think our partner should be everything. Even at our age, we still want a partner that is everything. I don't want a partner that is everything. Some people want partners that are there. You want your partner to be your best friend, your therapist, your ATM, your spiritual guide, your lover, your parents substitute. Like me now as an orphan, then I want a partner that will be entertainer, all in one. That is a work for a community. That's too heavy for one person to carry. Secondly, we confuse struggle, toxicity with love. So many people think that love must be full of drama to be real. I cannot even survive a day in a dramatic love, in a dramatic relationship. I can't. That constant breaking and making up means the love is real. That's how some people feel. And if love is calm, it looks so easy, and to them it's boring. But hey, peace is not boring. For me, peace is excitement. If I'm in a relationship with you and there's peace in that relationship, not that we don't have arguments or we don't have disagreements or we don't have difficult adult conversations, peace is healthy. Peace is that even in those conversations, it's not toxic. Nobody is trying to, you know what I mean. But let's be clear, love will stretch you. It will. Love will stretch you, but it's not supposed to feel like punishment. Be honest with me. Have you ever stayed in a struggle love situation because you thought that's just how love was supposed to be? I'd like to know. If you don't mind sharing your story with me, because you're not alone in that situation. Let me share a relatable story with you. I know of a lady who, for a long time, thought calm love was boring. If he wasn't chasing her, arguing with her, sometimes beating her, making grand gestures after the fight, she thought he didn't care or he didn't love her. But that wasn't love. That was her trauma talking. She had to unlearn the drama and recognize that the real love can be peaceful and passionate. Has that happened to you before? You meet someone who is actually consistent, kind, safe, and suddenly you don't trust the love. You don't trust anymore. That's not love being hard. That is us being conditioned to expect pain in relationship. And I know some of you listening are nodding right now because you probably have been there, or you know somebody that have been there, or you can relate with it. Here is the truth. Love feels impossible when you haven't done the work within yourself. If you don't love yourself, you will keep questioning if others really love you. If you are unhealed, you will sabotage good relationships, great love. You will ruin a great man's life. If you don't believe you are worthy, you will settle for crumbs and call it a banquet. Ladies, let us be honest. How many times have you excused nonsense because deep down we didn't feel worthy of more? Sis, we have to learn to be whole on our own so that love becomes a compliment and not a lifeline. Think about it. What's one standard you used to compromise in love, but you refuse to compromise now? Share with me. I want to know. Maybe it will encourage another person. Let me give us some truths that make love less of a battlefield. One is honesty. Say the thing. Don't bottle it. Without it, love could die. Honesty. Communication. Not just talking, but listening to understand. Boundaries. Every healthy love will respect boundaries. If you're in a relationship that is healthy, boundary respect is there. Self-work. Heal your wounds. Work on yourself. so you don't bleed on someone who didn't cut you. Choose wisely. Sometimes love feels hard simply because we are trying to force it with the wrong person. Look, not everybody is the right person. Not every person is the right person. Stop forcing it. You can't force love. When you meet love and you are in a healthy relationship, you won't force it. It will come so good that even you will be wondering, I didn't know love would be like this. Not because you're not doing the work, not because you're not having misunderstandings, but you will know. If you could go back, let me ask you a question. If you could go back and tell your younger self one lesson about love, what would it be? Send me your answers. I know this one will be powerful. Yeah, my younger self. There's an episode I'm working on. Diary to my younger self. Maybe I'll make it more specific about love. And if you send me yours, we'll share it together and talk about it on that episode. A little reality check. Love is sacred. Love will stretch you. It will make you vulnerable. It exposes parts of you that you thought you had buried. It will bring out your weakest weakness. Love will test you. That's why it feels so hard. But when it's with the right person, and when you have done the work yourself, it doesn't have to feel like constant battlefield. So instead of just asking, why is love so hard? Maybe you should be asking, why do we make love harder than it needs to be? Healthy love still requires work, like I said earlier, but it won't consistently feel like punishment. If it's draining you every single day, that's not love. That's bondage. My opinion. Before we go, I want us to have some practical takeaways. Maybe just 5. Number 1, stop chasing struggle love. If it constantly hurts you, it's not love. Heal your baggage. You can't hand someone else the job of fixing you. Heal your baggage. Work on yourself. Don't expect one person to complete you or be your everything. That's a community job. Choose peace over drama. Peace. Peace. If you experience peace in relationship, you know what I'm talking about. Remember, healthy love stretches you, but it doesn't crush you. As you know, we always come up with an affirmation for our episodes. So, if you can join me to say this, if you place your hand on your chest, I really appreciate that. I am worthy of love that feels safe, balanced, and mutual. Love is not supposed to break me. It is meant to build me. Woo! I like that. Thank you for vibing with me. I hope today's conversation, as usual, I gave you something to think about, something to smile, maybe even something to take action on. And I want to hear from you. DM me your story about love. Tell me the hardest lessons you've learned, or the best lessons you can tell your younger self about love. Your voice matters here. If you love what you've heard, make sure, like I said from the beginning, to follow and subscribe, please, so you never miss an episode, and share with another amazing woman who needs these vibes in her life. Until next time, remember you're worthy of love right now. I'm Jojolicious, and these are the vibes.